Welcome to the Business for Aligned Women podcast. I'm Honey. I'm a coach working primarily with women and specializing in aligned business, personal transformation, and embodiment. Each week here I'll be sharing business strategy, business advice, tips and tools for you to think more deeply, for you to get more self-aligned, and for you to start your week in the most conscious and intentional way possible. Welcome to this week's episode. This week, I'm going to be talking about doing business gently, a gentle approach to business growth and business coaching, business expansion, business strategy. And I'm talking specifically today to a program that I have created this year that is reopening in late February. It's a limited program with only about 5 spaces left at the moment. It is something that I realized women needed because there is such a huge group of women who are really overwhelmed, overstimulated, stressed, overloaded. Maybe they have full-time jobs, but they want to grow a business. Maybe they're chronically ill. Maybe they're neurodivergent. Maybe they're just really time poor or really low on energy for any of those reasons. And approaching business from any kind of hustle perspective would just absolutely never work for them. And while personally I don't believe in hustle, I do think you have to work hard in your first few years of business. And my intensive coaching that I offer, which is a 10-week intensive, it is intense. That's what it's called. And it requires quite a few hours and it requires quick decision making in a short period of time. Subtle Alchemy, which is my gentle business coaching program, is a lot more spacious and a lot more gentle. You have a lot of time between each session to not only do the work that we talk about, but also process the suggestions, the mindset shifts, and the changes that we're going through with your business. I am not someone who hustles in my business or works really hard. I'm all about working less and working smarter. I'm all about lifestyle. I generally work 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. 3 days a week, and sometimes I see clients outside of that window, but that's it. I could work for way longer. I have so many things that I could do. I have like 10 years of business development to do in my business, and I have a huge growing list of business strategy to work through. But right now, this is where I'm at. I really value being very, very intentional in my day-to-day life. And as I've said before, strategy is just another way of saying intention. Intentionality and strategic are the same word, and it's the same thing. We're just getting the context. We're working out the most return on investment way to act and behave, and we're doing that. So if you are someone who is feeling low energy or feeling stressed or feeling like you see other women succeeding in business and you just think, I could never do that, this program is for you. This is a really beautiful way of combining and centering women's health and women's well-being in a business container. In this program, we not only build out a schedule that will allow you to live and work business value aligned with enough time and space for you to recuperate and feel good, but we also educate you and help you plan in a way that is supported by neuroscience, supported by what we know about hormones, and supported by the things that our bodies need in order to allow us to have that healthy foundation on which all of business and all of personal growth is built on top of. In this program, operate really gently and really slowly. It is for people who are patient and people who are really craving that gentleness. It's not for people who are extremely frustrated in their business. If you're extremely frustrated in your business and you want quick wins, that's intensive. If you understand that your business and your ideas, and maybe even your creativity in your business, really require the space and time to percolate and to flourish properly and in a way that they need, then subtle alchemy is where that happens. The reason that I called it subtle alchemy is that the combination of all of these changes, like approaching your work with your hormones in mind, approaching your work in a really intentional and strategic way, and doing it slowly and kind of chipping things off, that creates this really gentle and subtle transformation, not only of one's business, but one's confidence. Because if you're low energy and you're trying to hustle, you will only ever be depleting your self-worth while depleting your energy. Your confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your future will only be getting degenerated from doing that. We actually have to totally reset our approach to what a business is and how it operates, and do that through the lens of being aligned, both physically and with your own personal highest values. This is what we do in Subtle Alchemy. And I do think that it is the way of the future. And I definitely think post-COVID lockdowns, everyone is moving in this direction. Even just with increasingly digitized environments, we're all really overstimulated and overwhelmed. And we're all going to have to get to a point of doing things in a much softer way so that we don't just spontaneously combust. If you feel like that might be for me, I might be that person, please get in touch. I will be talking about it more towards the end of the year. And I am now booking out that program for late February 2024. And in that program, I know some people get a little bit confused. It is a one-to-one coaching container. We have monthly private coaching calls, and then we also have monthly group calls. And in those group calls, they're masterclasses specifically around a topic that is not individualized. So, for instance, some of the masterclasses that we've had this year have been cycle syncing your business, building an aligned schedule in your business, basic marketing things, but it's all of the things that we don't need to spend a one-to-one session on, but we also need to action them in order for our business to grow. And the way that I've done this is so that you get everything you need, but you don't need to spend that time in one-to-one sessions talking about things that are more generic. And that means that in our one-to-one sessions, we go really deep and really specific on your business and your life and what's going on for you. In that program, also, you get weekly private WhatsApp support. I will leave a link in the show notes. I also have a beautiful playlist that I've made for this program, which I intended just to give you a vibe of this is what it will feel like energetically. So you can access that playlist on the page for Subtle Alchemy on my website. You can save it on your Spotify account and have a listen. I do love to listen to it on Mondays, and I'm just getting into the vibe of the week and being gentle and nourishing with myself. So you might enjoy that as well. Check it out. And if Subtle Alchemy is what you're craving, if you're looking for that gentle, slow, intentional business growth and support, get in touch today.